But what an amazing guest we have in the house today. He is truly one of the best to ever do it in the jiu-jitsu world. He is an IBJJF world champion in gi and no gi.
Everybody's better off after they get punched in the face one time, for real. Even if it's not getting punched in the face, even if you go just a wrestler, dude, and doesn't even punch you and just squeeze you and make you feel like, fuck, man. I can't help myself. This sucks. I thought, everybody thinks they can fight before you actually have to fight.
Before you get in there.
Because one day you might have to go through it. You might not even want to be a part of a fight or anything, but they're trying to jump you, or you gotta help out, like, I don't know, your girlfriend, your daughter,
So I need to go to hybrid jiu-jitsu.
Yes, dude.
Go learn there. I'll be black belt in about like 20 years.
3 years with the right money.
3 years?
I knew it. I knew it was coming. He has now taken his talents to MMA, where he looks to go 2-0 and tough enough this weekend.
Basically, the car was set on fire, and one family member of this guy is inside of the car. The guy's trying to open the door. He can't break the window. He's kicking. He's trying to get them off, and he's freaking out. He never tried to open the door. He forgot to try and open the door. He was just freaking out.
And it was unlocked?
Yeah, it was unlocked.
Welcome, Renato Canuto.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for having me.
I better watch my ankles and feet and neck around this guy. This guy's a legend right here.
No way.
But thank you so much for coming on the show. And what a week. Fight week once again.
Yeah, busy week, but fun. I mean, actually, right now is like a more chill.
Yeah.
I was burning on the sauna, and now just chill. But it's fun.
How different is it for you preparing, obviously, for a fight versus a jiu-jitsu competition? Is it different or is it the same? How has it been for you?
I want to say jiu-jitsu gave me a lot of experience as far as like competition and mindset and, dedication. I feel like MMA in a way, I gotta see how I can put that. I'm not gonna say it's an amateur kind of sport still, but there's not a whole lot of like, it's not like a something that you're gonna do in university level, or it's gonna have a lot of like scientists behind, and like a lot of crazy stuff happening. So there's a lot of guys that honestly like they show up to train and they do like camps. They do like 2-3 months camp and they disappear for a little bit, go hang out, and then come back and train again. So like I feel like in jiu-jitsu you never do that. You're just competing all year the time round, know. It's not necessarily just 6 months. And I always did gi and no gi, meaning like with the with the traditional samurai looking, and then without it, which is like a little bit different rules. But anyway, so basically 6 months I would do all gi tournaments from like Euros, Pans, Worlds, all that, and then I would move on to no gi the next half of the year. So I did this for so long. I really don't usually take breaks. So I want to say, I feel like the dedication side of it in jiu-jitsu is pretty big, similar to like when people talk about wrestling, they're like, wrestling is the hardest thing you can do. I feel like jiu-jitsu is like that. It's like one of the hardest things you can probably do. And like the competition level, just like MMA, of course, is very high. So you need to stay on top of things. So the cool thing about coming from jiu-jitsu and having this high level approach is I bring that to MMA, and I feel like, I'm getting better pretty fast, and I'm excited to be able to go there and showcase. I don't feel like it will be easy for me to freeze because I'm always competing.
You're
so
always
often,
competing.
I'm like always getting put on the spot.
Absolutely. And you think about all the knowledge that you can take from doing gi, no gi for so long, doing it a full year almost, and taking that into MMA. It must be nice though. I feel like MMA is being like a nice little like break and a different outlook compared to just strictly jiu-jitsu for so long. And it's cool to see what you've been doing and ready to get another win in the MMA circuit.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. Excited. I got Tough Enough this Saturday. I've been I actually signed with them for MMA for like a 4-fight deal within 1 year. So hopefully I get another 2, hopefully back to back in the beginning of the year. But I'm excited to freaking be finally fighting. I actually been training for like almost 4 years now in MMA.
Wow.
And I had some contract issues already. Before I even started already, I had some bullshit to deal with.
The business side.
But it's cool. Like now at least I am I'm better prepared,
Yeah.
So going into these fights, I don't feel so like, oh my God, this is new for me. Like actually been
you've
putting on the
been there.
work, or training with a
Yeah.
lot of really good guys, like everybody here in Vegas, honestly. Or like I said, like, depending where you go, there's a lot of good MMA gyms, but depending where you go, you're just gonna get thrown on the fire anyway. So you're gonna go if this guy has 30 fights, a UFC fighter, you're gonna go another guy that's an amateur the next round.
Yeah.
So you get all kinds of looks. But yeah, I get to train with a lot of really good people.
That's
so I feel
awesome.
like fight time comes, there's no way this guy's gonna be as good as
Absolutely.
the dudes that I'm
He's
training
genuine,
with, the people
yeah.
I'm comparing myself
Oh,
to.
absolutely. I mean, like I said, different looks all the time. And I mean,
Yeah.
Vegas is so big. You get so many
Yeah.
different people. Like I said, amateurs, pros, champions.
Yeah.
Even people that just come in to get better in MMA. It's still a different look. And it's cool. I like Vegas. The Vegas scene is pretty
Yeah.
cool. And we're starting to
Oh,
learn it. And I mean, it's a big, small MMA world out here. And it's cool to see. But it is time to go into our first question of the Burn or Chill segment. This one's going to be pretty interesting. I got to hear your opinion about this. So,
ahead,
burn
sorry.
or chill? Burn is good. Chill is, chill. Doing gi or no gi?
Oh, burn one or
Yeah,
no?
burn one,
burn
yeah.
one and
Oh,
chill
God.
one. It's a tough
That's
one.
a tough one. Right now, I burn it with no gi.
You burn
and
no gi? That's
I'm
what
chilling with the gi. But yeah, if you asked me a few years back, I'd probably say the other way around.
other way
Really?
around.
Yeah. With that said, I grew up doing gi.
Yeah,
So I'm a gi guy all the way through. And then I get here to America. I was like 19 when I moved here. And then no-gi actually started for me. Then I realized, oh, shoot, there's a big no-gi scene here. There's like more opportunities for events they're paying, things like that. That's kind of what attracted me in the beginning. And then I realized, I was like, oh, dude, I'm actually better at this thing than in this thing. Because in the gi, it's a little bit more methodical, a little bit tighter game.
Yeah.
You can play the game however you want. I always like move too much. So I feel like I get more stuck in the gi, which in no gi is a lot harder to get a hold of me. So I'm like, oh, this works for me.
Yeah.
Like I get freedom, I get
can't grab
motion.
on, collar.
Yeah, exactly. So, moving here and be able to learn wrestling and all these things, I had like all of this, like a new like toolbox, like set of things that I can learn. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So, no gi, I think right now is what is
Growing.
on a crescent. Like it doesn't stop growing. It's like we're doing so good, especially now with the UFC BJJ thing going on. Like that's the best it's ever been. Like we are thankful that Dana White looked this way.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, and I said this today to someone, but like I feel like if the UFC can't make this thing work out where we will make money, we'll be able to make a living out of it, then who can? You know what I'm saying? Like we had a lot of guys come in and out and try to put their own money, but over time, we're like, oh man, I'm not seeing anything back. Why would I keep doing that? And then they drop. So like every few years, you have an organization to come and do something for it, but they don't usually stick around. So the UFC is already doing a lot more events throughout the year, and it's been awesome to be a part of, of all of it and still be here. I felt like maybe this would happen but it would be like I would be too old already. Maybe my students was gonna get the benefit of
but
it,
not you.
and I'm pushing the word,
Yeah.
But I get to still be here, and now trying to do all together no gi especially favors me for MMA. So yeah, I burn with a gi. Chilling.
The jiu-jitsu, it's been unbelievable. We've been to 2 of them so far.
Nice.
We
There
went
you
to
go.
3 and 1.
we went to
UFC
the first
BJJ
one?
won the first one, and then the
And
third
the last
one, and
one,
they're
yeah.
awesome. The bowl, the atmosphere, you can tell like people are really starting to get more interested, and having like the UFC name, like you said, is only gonna make it keep going up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, that's the machine, That's where everybody in MMA wants to get to. And now I train in the UFC PI Monday through Friday. Every day I stay there freaking from 8:30 in the morning sometimes all the way up to like 2 o'clock or so, and then I go home.
The grind
So-
is real.
So it's like, I get breakfast there. Then I
Yeah.
train. Then I train again. Then I do PT or I do strength and conditioning. So it's always like something else going on. And then right after that, we go recovery or we go eat lunch. There's always like something going on. So especially now with the heat acclimation thing, it's been like the last 3 weeks. It's basically like practice weight cutting throughout 3
Which is
weeks
super
before the
smart.
fight. Yeah, so that way, come fight day, you don't stop sweating. Your body doesn't freak out. So basically getting your body used to it. So you're always, like on a high temperature and sweating a lot and stuff. And then, Yeah, supposedly that will help me for the weight cut. I'll tell you what.
It still sucks.
It was so much better when I was doing it dumbly and crying one day. Now I cry 3 times a week until the fight.
You're getting
So
better.
many weight cuts. But it's fun. It's fun to be like I said, like, you know, there's not a whole lot of places out there in MMA, that take it scientifically. These guys do, and I'm blessed to be a part of the UFC BJJ side, which is helping me to leverage my MMA career.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so I've been using all of it. You know, I've been
Absolutely.
taking everything I can. So.
And think about this: once you make it to the UFC, it's not
Yes,
going to be
sir.
anything different because you've been used to it the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, being used to just being thrown on
Exactly,
into the
being
fire,
thrown
in
into the fire.
in the spot. Yeah, not like you, brother. Not even close.
Not literally.
Not even close. I gotta watch out. I never say throwing in the fire ever again.
Nah,
Dude, that's
just
great.
That's really good.
But it makes sense for Gi.
Yes.
Not Gi right now because transitioning to MMA, UFC BJJ, no Gi. So gonna burn, no
Yeah.
Gi, chill on the other. But it's time to go to
Yep.
question number 2. Also, same style. You gotta burn one of them.
Okay.
In MMA, are you burning having a wrestling background or coming from jiu-jitsu? Which is better for MMA?
Okay. MMA, well, it depends. It really depends. Are you a jiu-jitsu guy that likes, you know, the stand-up and the takedown side? I go with jiu-jitsu. You know, jiu-jitsu guys, once we do get you down, we're going to hold you down. We're going to control you. And hopefully we can finish you in one round, you know, or we can finish you in
50K.
general. You don't have to keep going with it. You know, I want to finish that fight as soon as possible.
Right.
Get out of there and have, you know, no damage on my body. Now in wrestling, you can see different aspects. You know, there's guys that are like, they just move really good and their level change a lot and they naturally have like, you know, a lot of athleticism. There's also wrestlers that are more grinders, you know, they get close and they like to smash a little bit more like Greco style.
Yeah.
So I feel like it depends. I feel like if you're very explosive and you have like real good pressure from top, then dude, you do great with wrestling, you know. But like, but if you know how to do jiu-jitsu, like I said, if you know how to do stand-up on the jiu-jitsu, you're not just a guard puller all the way through.
Yeah.
Then I think jiu-jitsu gets ahead of MMA. I mean, I'm biased, you know. I gotta go with jiu-jitsu. But yeah, I think most wrestlers do a better transition actually to MMA than jiu-jitsu guys because they got the takedown part down, so they can show what they're good at.
Yeah.
Where the jiu-jitsu guys, a lot of times they get frustrated on the takedown part, and then when they get to see their jiu-jitsu, like, oh man, what's happening? We thought the guy was gonna be so good, but then they didn't even get to show it. You know, because maybe their wrestling side of things is not
as
good,
high.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
But I think one thing with jiu-jitsu is when you face like a good wrestler,
Yeah.
a lot of times when they're transitioning, they get you down, but then they hold you. They don't know how to finish the fight, like you were saying. Or with jiu-jitsu, even if you're on your back, you have opportunities to still finish the fight.
I mean, we see Charles Oliveira again and again get dropped, and like besides Islam Makhachev, of course, but there was one time out of like, you know, he's rocked and then he just dove in, which was smart of his side, but everybody else drops that guy. He just lay down on his back and they're like, never mind, don't want it. I don't want
Get back up.
Lay him up. Now that guy got to breathe. Now they got to recover a little bit. He gets up, he's back on his feet. So they give him that kind of respect because they know he has legit jiu-jitsu. They don't want to like, oh, I got him, but I don't want to, you know, get caught. So they respect that. And then on another hand, guys like Demian Maia, he's a very grindy style guy too. And sometimes he doesn't tap a whole lot of people, but he just smashes all the way
just go
through.
forward.
Like that Dagestani style.
Yeah, he locks in and just squeeze. Exactly, yes.
It just
the
continues.
Dagestani, honestly, I mean, Khabib, Islam especially, those guys go for submission like crazy. So, you know, they do a great job on the jiu-jitsu side of things, you know, where they call it sambo or whatever. But like, you know, they're trying to tap people. So I can appreciate that. Now, nobody's going to go there. You know, nobody enjoys watching the guy just pushing against the wall. The takedown doesn't even happen. You know, and then there's Mirab on the other hand.
Yeah.
Taking you down 300 times to the point like, even if you don't like it, you start appreciating mid-fight. You see people going like, boo, man, come on, stop the takedown thing. We want to see strike. And then he takes the guy down again and again. And it looks so funny, like, dude, everybody started getting excited. So it's like, you know, you change people's mind. That's what I'm saying. It depends on how you do it. I feel like, you know, if you do it in an exciting way,
then it's okay.
Cool, you know? But if you're just gonna hold the guy down, do nothing with it, you know, the guy better be really good with his hands. There, you're like, I don't want to get punched. Then I get it, bro. A win is a win sometimes, you know. But
absolutely
for the fans, it
it's
becomes a little bit
still.
tough.
Still
exactly.
business.
He just want to get past this guy. It happens, you know. If you can do that, that's great too. Bet on the guy not have the jiu-jitsu side to back up his bottom game, which
Yeah.
you know, you need that. You need that.
You have to, and I think that's why I love MMA so much, is because
Yeah.
everyone's style is different.
Yeah.
There's not like there is one style, but like
Yeah.
still everyone's style is a lot different, from like Hamzat style to
Yeah.
Islam style to Habib style.
Yeah.
It's all different. It's amazing. But like, what's like the biggest thing that you like see what most people don't understand about elite jiu-jitsu? Because you know, like how a lot of people like, oh, it's jiu-jitsu. Like anyone can roll for submissions,
from
but
the
it's
outside,
yeah. But I mean, we started training and it is hard.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
awesome.
tough.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, from the outside looking in, it's like, okay, so I'll compare it to wrestling. When I moved here, I didn't know much wrestling. I had watched a lot of, like, I was just talking about this today too, but anyway, I watched a lot of Kerry Collat's videos. So like he basically just make a bunch of shorts, like 6 seconds, 10-second videos. And every day he puts videos on YouTube. So he has like thousands of techniques from wrestling. But even so, in my head, like, because I only watched a few, and that was kind of what I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, you know, this guy teaches a bunch of takedowns.
Yeah.
I never realized until I moved here, there's a whole sport on itself. It's like a whole chess game.
Yeah.
I thought, because jiu-jitsu, a lot of the times, all you do is like, they call, not even double leg, they call bayana, which is basically you hug 2 legs and run forward. Hope for the best, the guy goes down.
Yeah.
So like, you don't learn a whole lot of single leg, and how do I finish the single leg? You grab one leg, you kick the other, and, hopefully he falls.
Yeah.
So once I get here and I learn all of, that I could learn in wrestling, and I see like how methodical they are about everything, I was like, dude, I really respect this now. This is crazy. It's
Yeah.
not that I did respect it before, but like now I realize, oh my God, this is a lot tougher than it looked. I thought we were just scrapping and trying to put each other on their back like when you're kids. We do that too. Maybe we punch each
all
other.
the time.
You want to punch each other in the body, try to get each other down.
Yeah.
But then, anyway, jiu-jitsu is the same way. From the outside looking in, oh, these guys are just hugging each other. I can do that. I can hug someone and smash them. But then you get in there and it's like, the more you know, the hardest it is to deal with that person, right? So
Absolutely.
if they know too much, then they just keep giving you so many layers, and you're like, I didn't get caught on this. Boom, next thing.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
it's so
One
tough.
little mistake,
exactly.
boom, done.
Okay, stop.
So
stop.
quick.
Yeah, especially when you go with people that are like really good at submissions. Like submission artists, one thing is you get squeezed and you get smashed. That also sucks. You're gonna have a girl, they're gonna get your back. And it's like 13-year-old and been doing this forever. And you're like, God damn, what is happening? But then you get someone that taps you every 5 seconds, and you're just like, okay, this is not fun. I'm calling
It's so
uncle
funny because
again.
we said it. We started training jiu-jitsu on here. If I'm no belt.
Yeah.
I'm not even a white belt. I wouldn't even consider myself a white belt, because I mean, every second I swear, like, just as like I'm about ready to go for something, like the minute I think, it's too fast.
It's already there.
It's already there, and I'm just like, gosh dang it. Only if I can just get one submission. So I need to go to hybrid jiu-jitsu.
Yes, dude.
Go learn there. I'll be black belt in about like 20 years.
Yeah. 3 years with the right money.
3 years?
I knew it. I knew it was coming. We'll chill on that one.
Yeah, chill on that one.
I knew that in my head, and then you said it. I was like, oh.
I know.
Next question.
Forget about it.
You never know,
Let's get
dude.
into the
Hey, he
next
asked me to come by. He'd be like, I'll be there, dude. I'm down, dude. I'll teach you private. You help me out. Teach me how to make money.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
Let's do it.
At least it's a black belt already. That would be up to me.
Yeah.
Let's start to get into our next question. This is our third question. So this is all new. So you just got to burn it or chill it. Burn or chill putting on the MMA glove for the first time.
Burn. I
Burn
think
it.
everybody should do it.
Everyone should do it? I agree.
Anyone in general. Honestly. Everybody's better off after they get punched in the face one time, for real.
Yeah.
Even if it's not getting punched in the face, even if you go just a wrestler, dude, and doesn't even punch you and just squeeze you and make you feel like, fuck, man. I can't help myself. This sucks. I thought, everybody thinks they can fight before you actually have to fight.
Before you get in there.
Or you go with someone that actually knows how to fight, and you're like, oh, damn, everything I throw.
Chill,
It hits air, and then this guy pops me 3 times when I blink. It's like it sucks. So you have to go through it. I feel like you have to go through it, especially. And again, I'm not trying to sound like extreme. My wife fought MMA before I did, right? But as a man, especially, dude, you have to go through it. You have to go through it, because one day you might have to go through it. You might not even want to be a part of a fight or anything. but you just, you
You're
know,
in it.
you were there, dude. They're trying to jump you, or you gotta help out, like, I don't know, your
Someone else,
girlfriend,
yeah.
your daughter, you know, God forbid, like some crazy dude to come try to
Yeah.
kidnap you, kidnap someone. Dude, you wanna know something, you know, you wanna know how to stop
Absolutely.
someone somehow. I don't care if you're just doing jiu-jitsu, you know, if you like jiu-jitsu and you don't want to get punched in the face, I'm not saying you have to go there and do it, but I would recommend everybody to try it out. Try it out.
Yeah.
See how it goes, you know?
Yeah, see how it
At
goes.
least you're going to get out of there with a different idea in your head.
Yeah.
And those guys just like,
Absolutely.
oh, I see red and that's
Oh,
it.
yeah,
You know,
no,
it's not-
yeah.
It's not really like that, dude. You know,
No,
how
there's
you see in
levels.
the movies.
Like
yeah.
we were talking about wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA, there's levels. Like
Yeah.
once you go with these high level guys, and like fortunately we've been able to train with like Diego Lopez and like
Yeah.
Alessandro, like these very, very high level fighters. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, like just the way they think and they move. But back to what you're saying, I think everyone should learn some type of martial art, whether it's jiu-jitsu or wrestling, because
Yeah.
the world's crazy.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
crazy right now.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
I
good
mean,
to know.
I feel like even in school back in the day, I remember like these kids would get into it really bad,
yeah.
and then by the time they were actually going to fight, you think this kid gonna be so tough because he messed with everybody, and all he does is defend, you know, like and he's just like closing his eyes and
Closing
he's
his
like
eyes and just throwing.
scared, like he's gonna get hit too, or like comes time to fight, they actually scared. So like you just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know, you know.
Yeah.
And then especially in a stressful situation, you want to be able to rely on more than just heart.
Be
you know?
calm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
be able
calm
to
in
be calm, be able to
chaos.
see, be able to defend yourself, especially, you know.
Not
Be
see
able
red.
to block it. Yeah, exactly. Not just like hope for the best.
Hope for
Yeah.
the best to go out there.
I'm an animal. I'm gonna show you.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I tell you what, we sparred a
Yeah.
couple times. That first time getting hit in the nose, your eyes start to water.
oh,
You're like,
eyes like,
oh, don't touch me again.
and that taste,
I'm
you
like,
get
not
the
again.
taste.
Yeah, it
the
tastes
taste
like
of
rubber.
The rubber in your
Yeah,
mouth. You're
yeah,
like,
true,
you're like,
true,
oh, what
true.
is that? I'm a chill on
Yeah,
that.
anything the guy steps forward, you blink.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
This is
funny
so hard.
because I've been scrolling on Instagram Reels and I saw this. Hopefully Lorenzo can find this clip on there because I saw it on Instagram Reels. But this guy was at the gym and he's just doing like normal like chest press or whatever, and some guy goes over and talks to him. And they stand up and the guy just does a flying arm triangle and just gets him down, and the guy's just sitting there like stuck like this because
Yeah.
he was talking so much, I think, trash to
I
the
don't know,
guy.
fight and he jumps to a fight round. So I'm like, okay, that's the kind of stuff that you can't really prepare unless
No,
you really
but
train.
Yeah,
right?
the guy like it happened so fast. And next thing you know, he's just literally standing like this. And
Yeah.
just get up.
Dude,
So
that's
it's pretty
crazy.
funny.
It's good to know.
It's
Yeah.
good to know. I mean, especially nowadays, crazy world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. People are getting crazier and crazier. I feel like as time goes by.
Yeah.
Learn
yeah,
how to
I don't
fight.
know. I feel like you gotta learn how to protect yourself.
Yeah.
yourself in
Absolutely.
general.
Especially as a man. I like what you said.
Yeah,
that.
in general, especially as a man, brother, you want to be able to, if you ever need, you want to be able to like go through it. I read a book on my friend Anthony Inoue, and then he's like this old school Japanese MMA fighter, and dude, like all he talks about is like the warrior spirit. So he's always like putting himself, like he wanted to be on the bloodiest, craziest fights and see if you would like, if you would back down, you know, if you would quit, if you like, you know, be scared. And then he talks also about it, how he saw this thing on TV one time that moved him. Basically, the car was set on fire, and one family member of this guy is inside of the car. The guy's trying to open the door. He can't break the window. He's kicking. He's trying to get them off, and he's freaking out while the person's burning inside the car. And then he never tried to open the door. He forgot to try and open the door. He was just freaking out.
And it was
because
unlocked?
It was unlocked. You know, so he's kicking. He's like trying to break the window. He's trying to find a way to get
to
it.
get in.
So the stress levels can get really high. I'm not saying because you train, you're gonna be ready for that. It's like anything. You get put in some situations, times where surprise you, you just freeze. Like even fighters, honestly.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
It can happen.
It can happen.
I know guys that were telling me a story the other day. I thought I was gonna go a whole different way, and they basically like someone got into the house and we were just hiding, bro, scared. Like we were waiting behind the door if the guy comes upstairs. I was like, you guys ever got the guy? There's like 3-4 fighters with them. You know, but again, that's what I'm saying. You get put in a stressful situation. You just like, oh my god, I might die, and then you just get on that that fight or flight. You know,
Absolutely.
So you want to be as prepared as possible. That's kind of that guy's idea mentality, and that's kind of what I feel like too. I want to be prepared, dude. Like I got a house, I'm like I got a gun. Like I have a gun by the bed if anything. You know, I have like different spots in
And
case
be
you
ready.
catch me not on the back. but you know, just like always like thinking like, okay,
yeah.
if anything happens, I don't want to be watching it happen and I can't do anything about it. you
Always
know?
being prepared. And I
Yeah.
think that's what martial arts teach you, to be
Yeah,
calm
man.
in chaos.
Especially in jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is such like a flow. All those guys, the best in the world, like
Yeah.
you guys, so calm.
Yeah,
Except for
exactly.
me. Again, I'm just
Yeah, you want to be a warrior in the garden and a garden in a war, right?
Yeah. But it's time to go to our fourth question. Obviously, everyone needs to train. If you're out there and you don't do martial art, get out there, go train. Kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, everything. Go out there and train. But it's time to go to our fourth question. So for this one, back to how we were doing it. You have to just burn one of the two.
Okay.
More nervous for a world championship jiu-jitsu match or your pro debut in MMA?
Oh, world championship match
Really?
for sure. Burn.
Really?
that
You're
one.
more nervous for that?
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
100%. Well, you gotta look to maybe on my world championship in MMA eventually.
Yeah.
I'll be fighting the UFC against whoever is the killer then, you know, like then it can be pretty stressful. But that's the thing, like the world championships in jiu-jitsu is the biggest thing that I ever had to do in my life. You know, that was like my life goal, life achievement. So then when you're there and you're facing it, that's pretty scary, you know?
Yeah.
It seems pretty real. And sometimes it's not even real all of a sudden too. Like you have an adrenaline dump and you're just in the moment, you're like, oh my God, I'm here already, it's happening. I'm tired and my mind is off of it already because I built up for so long.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I had like different scenarios happen to me before. But yeah, I want to say definitely the World Championship.
The World
Jiu-Jitsu.
Championship.
Because in MMA, I also had the confidence I was going to beat whoever was it. I was like, I got to win my first fight. I know I
Yeah.
can do this, you know?
Yeah.
But again, you don't actually know.
You don't know it's true.
You don't actually
But
know.
you have to have the belief, though.
Yeah,
you have
but
to
I had
believe.
the belief. I was
Yeah.
like, I had a super strong belief, you know? So again, the World Championships, I got to overcome guys that already won, and guys that are already there, you know? I have to really like come in against professional killers, which the pro debut was not necessarily, you know, it was not necessarily like that. I had like so many guys pull out by the time I was just wanting to fight.
You just ready to go.
I just
You didn't care.
beat on someone.
Yeah.
You know? I was like,
You did
dude,
easy.
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for so long. I was like, I want to fight. I want to be able
punch
to
someone in the
I want to
face.
hit someone. Then my whole life, I couldn't ever even like be the one that picks a fight. You know, so like maybe I threw one punch in my whole like outside of the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like so. I was like, I just want to hit someone as hard as possible, see how it feels. You know?
Yeah.
See if I have.
Feels
a
pretty
knee.
good?
Oh, dude, that was nice. It was nice at you. It wasn't. You know, it was nice at you. It
was
wasn't
nice.
because the guy folded so fast with
Oh,
the
yeah.
elbows. I
With
think the elbows on
the
the head
elbows on the
already
guard,
got his attention.
And then he started kicking it.
Yeah, and then
Ugh.
after that, he was just like, he got taken down and flipped, and he was like, just hiding his head. Like, please don't hit me in the head again. You know, so I'm head hunting him really hard to punch him from the side, from the top, trying to find the head, just hitting hands. He puts his butt towards me. I punch him from under the legs, trying to hit his face. And I was like, stop aiming for the face so hard, you know?
Yeah.
I started hitting him in the body. I kicked him in the
yeah.
body. And then when I kicked him in the body, he made such a big reaction where like, he pretty much sprawled on one side and curled up, and I just felt like a dick. I was like, I was like, sorry, brother, I gotta keep going. Bah, take another one full force. Another one full force. Then the ref stepped in, and I was like, let's go, I won, fuck. And I was like, fuck, that sucked. I was like, I wish I had more stand-up, you know? So again, you're never gonna be satisfied. He's probably always gonna be
Absolutely.
He probably sucks a lot more to lose. So I'm glad I won. You know, I was on the other side of the beating. But yeah, I kind of like, I almost felt bad, and I was like, it is what it is. You know, like I'm not gonna feel bad during the fight. But once the ref stopped, I was like, fuck, I really
Absolutely.
hurt that guy.
look how
Fuck,
many
man.
fights
I didn't
people-
hurt.
Yeah.
Didn't want to necessarily hurt him, man. I just wanted to win. I just wanted to gang.
It
Look
is
at how
what
many-
it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Look how many fights like people have stopped. Like you remember Jalen Turner and Moicano? Do you remember that fight on UFC 300? He like dropped him bad, and
Yes.
he walked away, and then the ref kept going. And,
Kept going, yeah.
And Turner
then he
lost the
comes
fight.
back.
You have to keep going.
Yeah,
you can't stop.
Yeah, there's a few, and then there's also the other scenario: the guy gets dropped, and then he drops the guy, and he rushes the guy to finish, and then he gets knocked out. And you're like, oh my god, what
Relax, bro. Relax.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough, dude. It's tough.
I mean, hey, just gotta be thinking.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be able.
You gotta be able to
You gotta be able to deal with stress. That's the main thing that you're trained for.
It's the biggest
Like
thing.
be able to like stay calm and composed in stressful situations. Even if you are gonna send it, you're gonna try finish the fight. Go there with your hands in the right position, or step out of line and throw the rest of the punches. Don't just come in
Crazy.
Yeah,
Just
because
chin up in the air.
I like there's so many fights that happens, but like
oh yeah.
the same way that you said. I remember Gilbert Burns with Usman.
Yes.
Dude, he dropped him. He thought he was gonna finish him. He sent it all out, and then second, third round, he's like, "Oh my god, the arm's heavy. You
Arms
can
are
tell he's heavy.
heavy.
Like he's more tired now. And he gets eventually caught. And he loses.
There's some.
Mirab almost finished the last fight right now.
Yeah, against
Dude, I
Sahagan.
thought he was done. I thought
Yeah.
Sahagan was
I
done.
thought
Like, the
Sahagan
ref's
was
waiting
done.
for him to die or something. But okay,
One
They-
more shot.
just
Just
let he's just letting him keep going. He's like sending bombs at him, and the guy lasted the whole fight. Good thing Mirab was the other way around, composed, calm, ready for anything at that point. So he didn't like burn himself out
burned
trying to
himself
finish
out.
the fight. You know?
Oh yeah,
So
I mean he looked like his
So
the start of
dominant.
round 1 and round 5. He came
is
out
so
jumping,
dominant.
ready to go.
He's so dominant against
He's so
everybody that he
good.
goes. He looks
He's
like
so good.
they're fighting 5 guys. I basically just had to like decide, what is it? How am I gonna do it? How do I get out of this sadness, this depression that was trying to kick in? And then I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out of here. I can't really move to the next city. There's like 40 minutes from here. My dad's my coach then, so I can't like explain to him like, I'm gonna move over there to the next city, train with this guy, see how it goes. He's gonna be like, dude, what do you mean? So I'm like, the easiest way for me was to run away and come here for PANS, which is in March, and I stay all the way to Worlds, which is like 2 months later. And then guess what? I won the World Championships finally.
Wow.
So then after that, through all the struggle, I had $400 to stay here for like 3 months, and that money was going like really fast because me and another friend ended up here together, and he had no money at all. So we were sharing that $400 too.
Yeah.
So we're like, I just went through a lot on a short period of time, but I was so locked in and so ready to like make a change in my life. And that's when it finally happened, and I just could never go back home,
Wow.
So, I never left.
The willing to take a chance.
Yeah, to like risk everything.
Risk everything for
Risk
something
everything. I was like,
great.
you know what? I want to be
Wow.
out of here. Like, I don't care how uncomfortable it might be. I don't care. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I got to give it all I got. So, and that was the turning point for me, was be able to like, make my own decisions, have to really figure it out, have to like see what is best for myself, not what everybody else telling me that should be best for me, So a lot of growing up to do, but that totally got me where I'm at today. I feel like and then after you turn that key, now you walk around like, hey, I knew I could be it. But before that I was just like, can I really?
Taking a chance.
Yeah.
I'm just telling everybody I can be, and I'm never actually doing it. I keep thinking I'm gonna be every year, and it never happens, So then finally happened, and I was like, oh my God, there you go, So now I know. You walk around differently, and that's what I wanted to conquer, and thankfully that was it for me.
Wow, that's amazing.
Look at you now.
Yeah,
Look at you now.
I know.
10
It's
years.
amazing.
You even have a gym here?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
It's amazing.
we have a gym. We have about over like 250 students now. I'm training at the UFC Performance Institute. I am fighting MMA, which I always wanted to do. I finally started doing it. I won my world championship as a black belt as well, and I won a no-gi world championship. So I crossed those things out of there. So I'm just eliminating goals and and making newer ones and trying to grow and trying to
One
get
by
better.
one.
Yeah.
One by one, checking off the box.
Exactly, dude. That's how it should be,
That's how it should be.
You gotta go after what you believe, You gotta try. Take all the small steps that you need. It doesn't need to be
Absolutely.
fast. Like I said, like it took me like 5 years of trying before I won, and like that was already 11 years of training when I won my first world title. It's like sounds crazy. Like one guy in the world gonna win that. It's like spoiled to say like, if I don't win that, I suck. But I
have to
had to
dream.
believe first in my head, and
Absolutely.
if I didn't, then nobody was going to be able to put that into you. So you need to believe in yourself. All right, you guys can find me on Instagram at Renato Canuto BJJ. Hopefully they will put it here so you can spell it. You can figure out how it's
Right
spelled.
there.
I got a YouTube channel. I'm just starting to put more stuff out there. It's called Hybrid JJ Online. If you guys ever want to try out jiu-jitsu, or if you guys already train and you're in Vegas and you're in town, you want to, come train, you're always welcome. come over to Hybrid Jiu-Jitsu. We stay over in the crossings of Sahara and Buffalo for whoever lives here. And yeah, thank you guys very much for having me. And yeah, so super excited to be here.